What's up, Jabroni? Steven here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into Season 1, Episode 16 of Person of Interest, titled Risk. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon. Full, uncut, unedited reactions over there if you want them. If you don't, that's cool. You can get episodes here whenever they show up. Let's see. Last episode was the one with the undercover cop, I believe. Yes, Blue Code, right? Am I right with that? Yes. Which I thought was a pretty decent episode. What did I give that episode? 7, 8? I'm pretty sure that was what I gave it. So yeah, I don't know what to expect here. Risk. Somebody's taking a risk. Could be financial risk. Could be a risk on their life. Could be a financial risk that's gonna end up costing them their life, because that's the only way the machine finds people. And I always forget that the machine hears people talking on the streets. I forget that that's how the machine, because I always think, oh, if nobody sent it an email or said it on a phone, then there'd be no way for the machine to know. But I constantly forget that the machine, any camera, any set of audio that the machine can pick up from anywhere, doesn't have to be on a phone. It could be you standing on a street corner and then the machine, just one of the cameras on the street hears it or something. You know what I mean? I always forget that. But yeah, we're gonna hop in here, have a good time. Pretty much like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Here we go. So somebody on Wall Street is gonna kill somebody. Oh, it is. That's Dude from Friday Night Lights. It's later season like 4. Cafferty? It was like the linebacker or fullback guy. Does that sound right, Cafferty? Am I Cafferty?
I'm a prop trader, not a tour guide.
Man, I could never.
Feel like having a drink over the grave of Vertanen Pharmaceuticals? Why not?
Yeah, he's like,
guys, meet you downstairs after the closing bell.
Interesting. Oh, wait, what? What does that mean?
This phone didn't pair, Finch. That ever happened before?
All I can think is that somebody else already blue-jacked him.
He's just a all-around douche, kinda, or not a douche, like just a cocky. I don't know.
You in his apartment yet, Finch?
The rent on this place must be staggering.
No furniture. Also, oh
Mr. Reese,
shit!
there's a small fortune in Saunders' closet.
For a banker, he doesn't seem to trust banks.
Bundles of $200 each.
Spent $12,000. Who the fuck's watching this guy?
And another club soda.
What the? What?
Let's go.
Why'd he do that? Why he just shoulder chopped that dude.
We've got a Wall Street trader that gambles millions by day, fights at bars at night.
No other smudges on his record.
Except for a Securities and Exchange Commission investigation that involved him 6 months ago. I don't know why.
Maybe Detective Carter could help.
We'll see.
Until then, I've taken care of the
That's the
current
guy right there,
surveillance
Matt
on
Laurie. Laurie got some.
GPRS reroute.
Saracen.
No one will be listening to his calls.
Now we're just sending clues via little letters.
3 World Financial Center, please.
John's gonna want that suit back.
So where's Mr. Navad?
He's taking his family to a Knicks game while I borrow his taxi.
He
Adam
just
Saunders, is he in trouble?
He might be. He needs our help, Detective Carter.
Of sending rich white boys up to Otisville. Watch your step.
what did he was he doing insider trading? Maybe I don't know. What the? It just seems a bit.
Carter sent over the sealed SEC files. Inspector Doug Rasmussen pursued possible counts of insider trading at Baylor Zim last year. The inquiry was aimed at top-tier executives. Adam was a subpoenaed witness, but all charges were dropped.
Come on in, I'll get you something to eat.
His uncle.
He's more than a guardian.
He's also a Baylor Zim client.
Hey, did you look into that MNP I asked about?
MLP, Uncle Bob, Master Limited Partnership, and it's called Tritac Energy.
Tritech, right.
I come here a lot when I need to decompress. It's peaceful.
So what were you arguing about at the office today?
That isn't anything that your client needs to worry about.
All right, let's go. I'm driving you back to BZ, and if they still want your money, some other schmuck can handle it.
Why'd you do that, Reese?
So we're clear. My family, my past is none of your business, no matter how much money is at stake.
I see it. So what?
See any workers with it?
What do you mean? They want me to slow down.
It's a setup.
Funnel, don't stop.
It's a setup. Holy shit. Man, Reese is so good, dude.
Adam never spent it. Year after year, he saved every penny in shoe boxes. It was thousands. And when he grew up, he used it to enroll in night classes. Bought himself a future.
Okay. Now, why are you?
We should talk now.
I'm hoping that was Reese that sent the message. Like, it just made it seem like who's coming. Oh shit. Reese is a bit late. What the hell? The fuck is this guy?
Gotta get you out of here. Come on.
Knock this dude out, yo.
Move fast. This building is tactically unsafe.
You're not an asset manager.
Mr. Reese, did you find Sydney Baylor?
Yeah, we're at her penthouse now.
Oh
She
wow.
wasn't saying much. Whoever's after Adam got to her first.
This
Oh
isn't
my
fault. I
God,
asked her
they-
about the Tritech numbers.
They killed her.
She must have looked into them herself. Yeah, we drank it the other night to celebrate the Vertanen short.
Your fingerprints are on it.
Which means your fingerprints are all over it. Everywhere.
Wow. Well, this took a turn I was not expecting. I thought it was her. But that would explain why the person had her phone.
I dusted twice.
Unless they had a garbage truck.
Oh fuck.
Mr. Reese, we have many safe houses in the city where Adam
That's
could be
actually really
safe.
cool. Okay. I'm actually into this episode. I don't really care about the insider trading stuff. I just like the mystery of it all.
And they will lose everything. Adam saw this coming, tried to stop it.
Which is why they tried to kill him.
But who are they?
Is it their competitor, maybe? Oh shit.
Victor,
Oh shit.
you're a patsy. They just used you. But your boss is dead. Adam's life is on the line. And millions were lost.
Your uncle. He said not to use your phone.
It's a short sale. Someone had the brokers pump up the price and then sold high because they knew that the bill was going to pass and kill Tritech.
Listen, I'll get it back.
Even if it takes the rest of my life, I will get it back.
I gotta go.
Who's watching you? Is that Finch?
Hey, boss. I think I got a location on the kid.
I'm gonna need your help on
Fuck.
this, Finch.
Short sell manipulation? How did Paul do it?
Paul isn't working alone. He's got a friend in the SEC.
The one dude, really? That was fucking with him the whole time?
I spent my entire career chasing down rogue traders. He doesn't know the end of the story. He doesn't know when I was 16, I went to go find my father.
Oh
Took
shit.
a train to New Mexico, and I found him. And he had a new family.
When did you talk to your uncle?
Oh shit. Hope they don't kill a bunch of these homeless people. That would suck.
But an SEC investigator and a banker do not shoot up a homeless encampment with automatic weapons.
That's what I was saying.
There was some serious muscle behind this.
I was gonna say, why'd they?
That's what
Why,
I'm doing.
Not bad for a guy who's lost everything.
I was gonna say, why would they send like people like
Why?
that?
Paul
Glad
and
that
Rasmussen need Tritech to bottom out before they can collect on their bet.
I don't really understand how the stock market works really that well. So
Hold on, what's going on?
I'm saving our asses, that's what's going on.
Sorry, Paul, but my little buying frenzy just reinvigorated the Tritech MLP.
and I own all the shares.
Don't worry. I'll sell you what you need.
Oh, fuck. Oh, he was trying to run away. I thought he was going to go after her.
Rooney. Assets.
I thought he was going to attack one dude. Yeah, I don't understand stocks or anything, so a lot of what was happening there, I was like, what? I get the most basic of how it works. But I don't understand how they got it to rise so high again. I got a Porsche.
There's supposed to be 2 suspects.
Fuck.
You talking about the SEC guy?
Yeah.
They found him dead in his apartment in Queens. Self-inflicted GSW to the head.
That's weird. Both got into the car. Oh, it's Elias. That's why they wanted the guy with the scar, so he's easily noticeable. And
use $300 million to finance a personal war.
maybe Elias who picks up.
Hello, John. It's been a long time.
Okay. I enjoyed that episode. But like I said, I'm not really I don't know too much about like stocks or how that whole thing works. So me seeing the numbers and everything, although it was like building like, oh my God, like things are going, like things are moving rapidly with numbers going up and down. I truly didn't know what the fuck was happening. I just saw, I'm like, well, that's price is going up. This gotta be good, but why? I don't know. So that's why. So then, you know, I was a bit confused on a couple things, but I enjoyed the episode for the most part. I'm glad that there was another thing beyond like what just the 2 guys. Because as soon as I saw the one guy was like boss, I was like, wait, when he was talking about boss, was he looking at the SEC, like the SEC, the cop guy? And then when they came in with 3 people with guns, I'm like, what the fuck? These guys are sending in like assassins? What's going on here? So I'm glad that it tied into Elias. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I thought the episode was okay. It was good. I'd probably give it like a 7 if I'm being honest with you guys. I like the twist. I was intrigued by the entire, like the actual story that was happening. But like I said, I was very confused and didn't follow a lot of the things that was happening. But let's go through the episode breakdown. Episode starts off, we got our boy Reese getting a brand new suit. He's going to pretend to be an investor or something. He's going to a broker. We see our main guy. He's a hot shot broker who, while you're watching it, I'm like, is he dirty? Is he not dirty? What is the story with this guy? Because, you know, like, he knew that this was going to happen, and he just knows a lot of the stuff, and he's making a lot of money. And it makes you wonder, like, wow, is he just really good at insider trading? Turns out at the end, I mean, later on that we find out, no, he just does a lot of research. I'm glad that we called back to that the episode with the pharmaceutical people. Let's see. So we have the rest. This is where we go to this when we go to the bar. Homeboy walks up to him, punches him in the face, right? This dude, because he did his research, he didn't. Let's see. Carter didn't really do. Carter did do stuff at the end, but I mean, it was mostly just like she was around for the big reveal, and she was investigating a few things throughout, but she didn't really have too much to do. Like, we didn't see her on screen that much. We meet the guy. He's got an uncle who's invested with him, so he comes from like a very blue collar family, kind of, or poor family. I don't know how you want to put it. He did not grow up rich. He worked his ass off for it. When did we get the point that the one dude is sleeping with his boss? Right here. Here, this is when Reese decides to reveal this for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what Reese's play was. Remember, Reese is real good. Like, when we're driving through here, he's noticing things, and he knew that it was going to be a trap and a setup for death. So that was crazy, right? And then another thing is, when it turns out at the end that it's the 2 guys, you're like, wait, did those guys set this up? That's why I'm glad. These are all questions I would have had if it wasn't for the Elias thing. I would have been like, yo, that would have all lowered the episode for me. We got the thing with the uncle. He said he saw something's fishy, but that this guy told him it'll be okay. We got the jackass cop guy. He's panicking. He needs the laptop. So we go upstairs. He's on the roof. He's about to be thrown off the roof and straight up murdered, dude. Reese shows up. Reese goes out with a gun. This is when Carter starts to do something. She's investigating that the car. What is this? All the serial numbers were all taken off, and hey, is that what these are? Kind of like serial numbers. But she's like, why would people rent? They steal all this equipment, and then we later find out about the garbage truck, and then the garbage truck has something to do with the wine, and I don't exactly know how that made sense.
Only other ones we found were the Vic.
Let me see something real quick.
Is there any chance, if Saunders was having a relationship with the Vic, that he could have handled the champagne bottle, say, days ago, then had it planted?
That'd be pretty slick. But who'd go through the trouble? You'd have to what? Search the building's garbage?
We'd have to. So the garbage truck was so that when they had their wine the other night, it would go into the garbage thing. The garbage truck that picked it up was the garbage truck that was stolen. They went through it, got the wine bottle. That's what is that what we kind of played at there? Maybe I could be wrong. So we find out where Reese was for about 4 or 5 months of his life. Lived on the street, homeless. Met some people. Then we introduced fracking into the thing, and I know fracking has to do with digging and oil in the ground and stuff like that. But not enough knowledge in that department to know what the hell was happening about the company that they were doing, any of that. It's just not something I know. So when I understand that it was a company that did a certain thing, and then when a bill passed, kind of crashed that company, and then that company's gonna crash. Then the next day, homeboy was gonna buy a bunch of stock in it at like its lowest, and then it was gonna skyrocket. I don't know. I don't truly exactly know how that works. So, let's see. So the one dude calls his uncle, breaks the thing. They were tracking his uncle or listening in on his uncle. So they found out where, they find out at one point where he is right here. Let's see. We find out that it's his best friend who did it with the cop. We have this whole situation. He's saying, when did you talk to your uncle? The straight up Black Ops team shows up. Then we get this guy involved for reasons. Again, this is all stuff that of course you guys know that when I grade things, I grade them based on like my personal opinion. So this is all stuff that I'm just very confused about. I'm not saying it was done poorly because I have no knowledge about any of this at all. So when it's all happening and it's hard for me to follow, I'm just kind of like, well, I guess it makes sense. I guess that's how it would work because I have not the slightest clue if this is how this works. I see it in movies and in TV shows, the way the stocks go up and down and crazy shit like that. What the fuck it means, I don't know. So here, when he bought all the stocks over from the other guy, what I'm guessing Finch's money, and it skyrockets to make us a lot of money, he got in before the other guy. But why did he says like, oh, all the buying rose the stock up? I don't know. He gets the money back for his uncle. There's a thing here. The cops show up. He's saying that all the other people in this company are going to testify against him because, they don't want to go to jail. One dude gets arrested. Here. They both get arrested. Both these guys, him and him. I like that they did this so quickly that I didn't know who this guy was. That was actually really good. Family. Reese thanks the homeless lady for helping him. We also find out that the guy bought the building. The one kid. But I don't exactly know why. I don't know what he plans to do with the building because Reese says, I don't think you have to move anytime soon. So he bought the building just to keep it, like, not use it for anything? I don't know. You know what would be kind of cool? Which I'm surprised nobody's ever done. Or if they have, they've just never heard of it. Taking a building like this where homeless people live. If, like, you're a billionaire, you know what I mean? You have so much money, you don't need it. Like, you know what I mean? You don't really need it for anything. Why wouldn't they I just feel like it would be a good way. Like, it'll be a good charity thing. It'll give you a good image and all that if you take this building, renovate a building like this, and just make it for the homeless. You know what I mean? Why doesn't that happen more often? Or maybe if it does, I never really heard of it. Like, if I was like a billionaire, what's the harm in you putting in the money up for a bit? Like, let's say like a charity that helps the homeless, like the ones that you see, right? You make an entire building, a giant building. You do all the renovations for it, make it like as much as high class as possible, like not high class, but as good livable as possible, and then you give it to one of these charities to make their have their homeless people. Like, I don't know, maybe that's impossible, but I just popped in my head now. Let me find out. One of the guys didn't make it. He was found dead. Carter then here finds, oh shit. Turns out it's the cop. She goes and looks at the phone, finds the phone. The guy did look directly at the camera, almost like he knew that Carter would find him or Reese would find him. And that's why when Reese called Elias, he was like, hey, John. Yeah, and that's the episode. So again, I'm giving the episode a 7. Very enjoyable episode. But again, for somebody like me who knows nothing about this and all the stuff with the numbers and the stocks and everything confused the shit out of me, and then throwing in the fracking, I was still very intrigued and oh my god, like that it was done well, it was tense and everything, but I didn't know anything about what was happening. So so I'm gonna give the episode a 7. Some of you guys can give it an 8 because there was some good stuff in it, but I personally give it a 7, which is still a really good episode. So that's my reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon, full uncut, unedited reactions. You can get episodes extra early if you want them. If you don't, that's cool. Get episodes here whenever they show up. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will talk to you guys later.